Hey everybody, this is Pastor Bob and this is Life with Luke. You know, our congregation has been going through the whole Gospel of Luke, and we're going to continue to do that right to the end as long as that takes. But this week, Easter Sunday, we've kind of stepped out of the regular rhythm. We jumped ahead to Luke chapter 24, which tells us that Jesus is raised from the dead. And when we think about Easter, we quite naturally think about miracles. Like, that's a miracle, right? Jesus was dead and is alive again. So what do we mean by miracle? Like, sometimes we think of like a miracle as something really fortuitous that happened. Like, a long time ago, my stepdad was in the Air Force and the plane he was in crashed. And everybody on board was killed except for my stepdad, who walked away without a scratch. And that's a miracle. Or something that's just so beautiful and complex and wondrous in creation. That's miraculous. Like, nobody could have thought of something so beautiful. And lots of times when we talk about miracles, we mean that somehow God has stepped in from the outside of the system and reached in and pulled a string or suspended the laws of nature, the laws of chemistry and physics, and just done something different. That is something that we experience as miraculous, something we can't explain. But the biblical picture of miracles is very different. See, we tend to think that this world is normal, and that once in a while, under certain circumstances, but really pretty rarely and pretty reluctantly, God can be convinced to step in and change the game. But the truth is that this world is subnormal. This is not the way things are meant to be. As wonderful and beautiful as this world can be, it is also a place filled with pain and loss and things that are not right, and ultimately filled with death. And that's not a world that God is willing to tolerate. The resurrection of Jesus is one of the many ways that God brings his power, his normal into being. And God is going to continue that work, and God is doing that in big and small ways all around us all the time. And the good news for us is that this is the world that we live in, not a world that is in decay and full of sadness, but a world that is being renewed back to normal by the God who is more powerful than anything, even more powerful than death. That's the world that we live in. That's the God who is reaching out to us. That's the God that we pray to, and the God who's in whose power we live. And that's really great news. So I hope this is encouraging for you today. We are living in a miraculous world that is God's normal. And God is going to make that come into being more and more until it's like the waters covering the sea. So have a great week, and hope to see you here at Westminster soon.